Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise and pull out the knowledge that really matters.
Yeah, and today we're getting into something that's fundamental to how we interact with pretty much everything these days, often without even noticing it.
Right, UI, UX, and CX.
Exactly. And we're using the book Foundations of UI, UX, CX as our guide. It's actually the first book in a series.
Oh, okay. What else is in the series?
Well, there's also the UX design process and UI design principles. Really useful stuff if you want to go deeper.
Good to know. But yeah, for today, the goal is to get past the jargon, right?
Yeah,
Make these concepts clear for everyone listening, no matter your background.
absolutely. Because, UI, UX, CX, they can sound a bit like tech buzzwords.
They really can.
Yeah.
But understanding them actually gives you, well, a real advantage, doesn't it? It affects how you use work software, why you like one app more than another.
Even how you feel about a whole company or brand, it's everywhere.
So, our mission today.
Yeah.
Let's dive right in. What exactly are UI, UX, and CX? Let's break it down.
Okay, let's start with UI, user interface. Think of UI as the actual bits of technology you touch and see.
Like buttons, menus.
Exactly. Buttons, menus, screens, the layout. It's the point of contact.
Okay. Like the dashboard in your car, the dials, the touchscreen.
Perfect example. That's the UI. Or
Right.
on your phone, the icons, the keyboard that pops up, how you swipe. That's all UI.
So what makes a UI good then? Is it just looking nice?
Looking nice helps, but it's more about being intuitive. Is it easy to find things? Is it consistent? Are the controls, clear and accessible? Does it feel logical? That's good UI.
Got it. Okay, so that's UI. Now UX, user experience. That one feels a bit fuzzier, less
Where
concrete.
it is a bit more intangible, yeah.
Mhm.
UX is the feeling you get when you use that UI to do something, to achieve a goal.
Okay, feeling. How so?
So back to the car. The UI is the steering wheel, the pedals, the buttons. The UX is how it feels to drive. Is it smooth, responsive, comfortable, easy, or is it clunky and confusing?
Oh, okay. So if the UI is bad, like buttons in an app are tiny or unclear.
Then the UX is probably going to be bad too. Absolutely. A frustrating UI almost always equals a poor UX. You're struggling, you're annoyed.
Right. But if it works well,
Then the UX is positive. It feels seamless, maybe even, pleasant. You just do the thing without friction. Maybe you even feel a little sense of satisfaction. Like, that was easy.
okay, that makes sense. UI is what I see and touch. UX is how using it feels.
Right.
So then CX, customer experience. That sounds bigger.
It is. CX zooms out to look at the whole relationship, the entire journey a person has with a company or brand. It includes the UX of their products, sure, but also everything else.
Everything else. Like what?
Like their ads, the sales process, customer support, the website's usability, how they handle billing, even their social media interactions, every single touch point.
Wow, okay. So back to the car company example.
Yeah.
UI is the dashboard, UX the driving feel.
And CX is, well, it's seeing the advert, going to the dealership, the buying process, how they handle servicing years later, calling customer support, the whole relationship.
Or like a restaurant. The
Um,
menu is the UI.
Right, the menu's look and layout.
The UX is how easy it is to order, the food taste, the waiter's attitude.
Exactly, the dining experience.
And the CX,
Yeah,
booking the table online beforehand, the restaurant's atmosphere, how they handled your allergy your request.
whether you'd
And I'm
recommend
gonna-
them precisely. The whole package deal over time.
Okay, I think I'm getting the layers now. It's almost like nested dolls. UI is the surface you interact with.
Mm-hmm.
UX is the experience of that specific interaction.
Yeah.
And CX is the big picture, the whole relationship built up from all those interactions.
That's a great way to put it. Nested concepts. Good UI helps create good UX, and lots of good UX moments across the board build up a positive CX.
Okay, let's nail it down then. UI, look and controls, UX, feeling of using it. CX, total relationship over time.
You got it.
Right. So the big question then, and I think a lot of people listening might wonder this, why should I care if I'm not a designer? If I'm, say, an admin or a manager or anyone not in a design role.
That's such a crucial question because understanding even the basics of UI and UX gives you real practical advantages in your everyday work and life.
How so?
Think about the software you have to use at work, the internal systems. When they have good UI and UX, you just get things done faster, right? Less head scratching.
Oh, tell me about it. We've all fought with confusing internal software. It's the worst.
Exactly. And that confusion, that bad design, it often leads to mistakes. You put data in the wrong field, you miss a crucial step in a process.
Yeah, I've done that.
We all have. Good design helps prevent that. It makes things clearer, smoother, more reliable, which means you're more efficient, more productive. Less time fighting the tool, more time doing your actual job.
That's a really strong point. It's not just about making things pretty, it's about making them work better for you.
Precisely. And another thing, when you understand a bit about UI and UX, you can give much better feedback.
How do you mean?
Well, instead of just saying, ugh, this system is terrible, you can be more specific. You can say, this button is hidden, which is a UI issue. Or, the workflow for approving this request is really confusing, which is more of a UX problem.
Ah, okay. It gives you the language to explain what's wrong. I've definitely been there, knowing something's clunky but not knowing how to articulate it.
Exactly. That targeted feedback is so much more helpful for the IT team or the software provider. It helps them actually fix the right problem.
Makes sense. What else?
Well, good design builds trust and credibility. Think about a company's website. If it's easy to use, looks professional, works smoothly, you instinctively trust that company more, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. A clunky, outdated website makes you wonder.
Right. It affects brand perception. And that applies internally too. Imagine getting a report from a colleague that's well-structured, clear, easy to understand versus one that's just a mess. The well-designed one builds more confidence.
So even things like how we format documents or internal wikis matter.
Absolutely. If you're trying to find info in an internal knowledge base and it's got a terrible search function and confusing layout that's bad UI UX, it wastes your time, causes frustration. A good one saves time, reduces stress.
So ignoring this stuff has real costs then.
Huge costs. Wasted time, more errors, higher training costs because the system is hard to learn, lower morale, and for external products, lost customers.
Okay, wow. I'm sold. Good design is definitely not just a nice to have, it's fundamental. The book uses some helpful analogies, right? Should we walk through those?
Yeah, good idea. They really help solidify the concepts. We touched on the restaurant.
Right. Menu layout and design is UI.
Mm-hmm. Then the ease of ordering, the waiter being helpful, the food tasting good, that's the UX of the meal itself.
And the whole thing, booking online, the atmosphere, paying the bill, deciding if you'll go back, that's the CX.
Exactly. And the car, dashboard layout is UI.
How easy it is to use the radio or AC while driving is UX.
Yep. And the dealership experience, the servicing, dealing with recalls, that's all part of the CX with the car brand.
Okay. What about something more complex, like flying,
Yeah.
airports and airlines?
Oh, that's a great one. So many touch points. The airline's website or app, the check-in kiosks, the signs in the airport, your boarding, past lots of UI elements there.
Okay.
And then the UX is, how easy was it to book that flight? How smooth was check-in? Could you find your gate easily?
Yeah.
How did the boarding process feel chaotic or
Yeah,
organized?
the experience of each step.
And the CX, that's the whole relationship with the airline. From searching for flights to how they communicate delays, the service on the plane, getting your bags at the end, how they handle complaints. It's the whole journey.
It really is woven into everything. Online shopping, same deal.
Same deal.
Yeah.
Website design, product page layout, the add to cart button UI.
Finding products easily, smooth checkout process UX.
Right, and the CX is everything from discovering the store, the emails they send, the delivery, how easy returns are, customer service interactions.
Even the library.
Absolutely. The online catalog, self-checkout machines, signage UI.
Ease of finding books, the borrowing process, librarians helping UX.
You got it. And CX is getting the card, the range of books and resources, staff helpfulness, maybe library events, the
Yeah.
whole relationship with the library as a community resource.
Okay, these analogies really drive it home. UI, interaction points, UX experience of using them. CX equals sum of all experiences with the brand over time. Got it.
Perfect summary.
Now, I know the book, Foundations of UI, UX, CX, tackles some common myths. Let's bust a few. What's a big one?
A huge one is that UI UX is just about making things look pretty. Aesthetics matter, sure, but function and usability come first.
Right.
You can have a gorgeous website that's impossible to navigate, or think of a beautiful hammer that's really uncomfortable to hold and swing. Looks great. But it's bad UX because it doesn't work well for its purpose.
Good point. Looks aren't everything. What's another myth?
That good design means adding more features. People often think more options better, but
Mhm.
usually simplicity and clarity are key. Think about it. Too many features can just clutter things up, make it confusing. Good design focuses on the right features, presented intuitively. Like a simple calculator app versus some super complex scientific one with buttons you never use.
I definitely prefer the simple one for everyday stuff.
Most people do. Then there's the idea that design is totally subjective, just a matter of taste.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Well, visual style is somewhat subjective, But usability, that can be measured. You can watch real people try to use something user testing and see where they struggle. That gives you objective data, not just opinions.
Ah, so you can test if it works well objectively.
Exactly. Another myth. Only designers or tech people need to care about this. We've kind of busted that already, but yeah. Understanding this helps everyone choose tools, give feedback, even communicate better.
So it helps me make a clearer PowerPoint presentation even.
Definitely. Clear structure, logical flow, easy to read visuals that's applying good UI UX thinking. And one last one. It's too technical to understand.
It can feel that way sometimes with the jargon.
It can, but fundamentally it's about understanding people, how we think, what we need, what feels natural. You've been using things your whole life. You already have a ton of intuitive knowledge about what works and what doesn't. The book just gives you a framework for it.
Okay, so key takeaway on myths. Usability and clarity first, not just looks or jamming in features. And it's relevant to everyone.
Spot on.
This is super helpful. Now, the book also gives a peek into the design process itself, right? Foundations of UI, UX, CX.
Yes, it lays out the basic user-centered design process. Think of it like planning a really good party.
Okay, I like that analogy. What's step one?
Know your guests. Step one is understand the users. Who are they? What do they need? What problems are they trying to solve? This means doing research interviews, surveys, observing people.
Makes sense. Know who you're designing for.
Yeah.
Then what?
Step two, plan the activities and layout. Define the core problem you're solving based on that research and start planning the solution. You might map out how a user will move through the product that's a user flow and create basic sketches or layouts called wireframes focusing on structure, not looks yet.
Okay, so the blueprint stage.
Kind of, yeah. Then step three is decorate and set up. This is the design and prototyping stage. Making it look good, the UI, picking colors, fonts, images, and often building clickable mock-ups, prototypes so people can get a feel for it.
So you can interact with it a bit.
Exactly, before you build the real thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the crucial final step.
See how people enjoy the party?
You got it. Step four, test with real users. Put the prototype or an early version in front of actual users. Watch them use it. Where do they get stuck? What's confusing? What works well? Their feedback is gold.
And I assume you don't just do that once.
Oh, definitely not. It's iterative. You design, you test, you learn, you refine the design, you test again. It's a cycle. Always focus on making it better for the user.
Design, test, refine, repeat. Centered on the user.
That's a great overview.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to quickly recap, we've defined UI, UX, CX, talked about why good design matters for all of us, walked through analogies, busted some myths, and got a glimpse of the design process.
A whirlwind tour.
It was. And for anyone listening who wants to really dig deeper, see more examples, understand that process in more detail, I really recommend checking out the book we've been using, Foundations of UI, UX, CX. It's available on Amazon.
Yeah, it's a really solid starting point.
And as you said, it's the first in a series, right? With a UX design process and UI design principles following it so you can really build up your understanding.
Absolutely. They provide a great path if you're interested in learning more, whether you're aiming to be a designer or just want to be, a savvier user and collaborator.
Definitely. Okay, we also got some great questions from listeners. Ready for a quick FAQ round?
Let's do it.
First one. Can something look really nice, have good UI, but still be hard to use, have bad UX? Yes, 100%. We touched on this. Think of that beautiful website that you just can't figure out how to use. The great visuals draw you in, but if you can't find what you need or complete a task easily, the experience, UX, is poor, no matter how pretty it looks. Function first.
Okay. Question 2. Isn't customer experience, CX, just another name for customer service?
Good question, but no. Customer service is super important. It's part of CX. But CX is much broader. It's every single interaction someone has with the brand, marketing, sales, the product itself, billing, support, all of it over the entire relationship. Great service can help fix a problem, but good CX aims to prevent the problem in the first place through better design across the board.
Gotcha. Okay, this one hits close to home for many, I think. Seriously, why should I care about this if I'm an admin or a manager or a coordinator, someone who's not a designer?
Right. Because understanding this stuff makes you better at your job. It helps you choose better tools for yourself or your team. It lets you give specific, helpful feedback to IT or vendors when the software is clunky. It helps you make your own work clearer, like better reports or emails. It just makes you more effective and efficient when dealing with any kind of system or communication.
It empowers you, basically.
Exactly.
Last question, where does designing a website fit into all this? UI, UX, CX.
Oh, website design is smack bang in the middle of it all. The visual design, the buttons, the layout that's UI, heavily, how easy it is to navigate, find info, buy something, fill out a form that's UX, crucially. And the website itself is usually a major touch point, a huge part of the overall customer experience, CX, with that company. So it involves all three, really, but especially UI and UX working together.
Fantastic. This has been incredibly clarifying. Really peeled back the layers on UI, UX, and CS.
It was helpful.
Definitely. And for everyone listening, maybe take a moment today or tomorrow to consciously think about the tools you use. Your phone apps, websites, even the microwave. What's the UI like? How's the UX feel? What's the overall CX if it's part of a bigger brand?
Yeah, just noticing it is the first step.
And consider how understanding these ideas might help you, whether it's being less frustrated with technology or giving better feedback. And if you do want that structured understanding, really check out Foundations of UI, UX as CX on Amazon. First book in that great series.
It lays it all out very clearly.
We'd love to hear if you had any aha moments listening to this. Let us know.
Yeah.
But the final thought is really this.
Yeah.
Grasping these fundamentals, UI, UX, CX, it just makes you more aware, more effective, and frankly, less frustrated in this world that's increasingly shaped by design.
Well said. It empowers you to navigate it better.